everybody? It's your boy Tej from the Lehigh Valley Baseball Club, home of the Valley Boys. And today we are continuing learning how to keep the book. Yesterday we went over how to do a lineup card. So we have our lineup card here, and this is where we're going to kind of go, oh.
You're an idiot.
I'm an idiot.
But continue to the next step, which would be getting familiar with your book in general and how to fill out the rest of this. So right now we're at a spot where we could hand this off to the coach. So what you want to do is you want to take your two carbon copies, go ahead, pull these off, and now you're stuck with this, right? So one of these would go to the other team, which would be this white one, and then the umpire, he can take this one here. Now, if you see on the umpire one, you have a couple things, the date, the game time, and then the innings with the final score. We'll explain this in the book. So, again, we're going to give these to the coaches. They can go away. And now we're stuck with our book. So we had already put in the team and we filled out the lineup card. So as you can see, we're the Valley Boys. That'll be here where the team is. Then we have our starting lineup. Again, just to remind you, the player's number is here on the left. The player's position is on the right. So in this case, you would have player number 3, who is Mirth, playing first base. And then you would take this all the way through the lineup. Now, this is already done for you because you did the starting lineup with the lineup card. Now we just need to fill in the rest. So for us, this may be a league game. So up here you have the option for league, tournament, or practice. We're going to take league. Now start time is important, especially if you play in a tournament league or you play in some kind of league that has a time limit to it. So if we're going to play a game at 11 a.m. and the game starts at 11:01, we want to write first pitch 11:01. For us, we have a 2.5 hour time limit on 7-inning games and a 3-hour time limit on 9-inning games. So for example, this, if it's a 3-hour game, we would get to all the way to 2:01 for a finish time. So now your finish time, you're not going to write this obviously until the end of the game, and you'll be able to see how long your game was just by looking at the book. So I just kind of wanted to remind everybody before we get into actually how to score a book, just some things that are here that we have to keep track of. So the first thing is the positions. I'll bring this a little closer today. But as you can see, you have the positions here. So you have 1, which is your pitcher, 2, your catcher, 3, your first baseman, 4, second base, 6, shortstop, 5, third base, 7, left field, 8, center field, 9, right field. So now we have this in pretty much in check. A couple things we see here is we're just going to make up a number for their starting pitcher. We'll say he's number 7. So right here on the bottom, okay, you're going to see some things that you're going to want to put in. So pitches for their team during the inning. So the pitcher for this, we're going to say is number 7. And we're just going to make up a name. And we're going to say his last name is Vigilante. Okay. So now we have the pitcher for the other team in here. A couple things you want to look at. Your run, hits, errors. At the end of the inning, you're going to want to tally these up. And then you're also going to want to do a pitch count if you keep track of that. Definitely would recommend using a clicker for a pitch count. It's very hard to do just by the book. It's possible. As you can see here, all of these spots do have little spaces where you can kind of put the hitter and what they did. So you have, 4 spots for the balls, 3 spots for the strikes, and then this one gives us 7 opportunities for a foul ball. So you have, 2, 4, 6, 8. So you have about, 16 pitches you can work in to this book. So that is kind of nice where it makes it very easy. If they do a nice job keeping here, you can just count their tallies and then put the pitch count down at the bottom. Our league doesn't have any rules on pitch count, so some guys, keep track of it, some don't. If your league does keep track of pitch count, I definitely would recommend the scorer putting this down here at the end of the inning. So now our scorebook is pretty set up. And if you guys want to come to the next video, we'll actually show you how to score an inning. But wanted to give you guys an idea of what a book looked like just before anything gets put into it. It should have the team name. It should have the lineup, the numbers, the positions. If you have a designated hitter, that should be easily marked. League, tournament, or practice, you should be marking this, whether you're home or away. Start time. Some places may even have where the location of the game is, so then you could write that up there as well. But when you do a scores book, you really want to put all this stuff in. Now when you flip it, you're going to notice now that this side is blank. Okay, so since this side's blank, I'm going to show you what we would do here. So for this, we would write in the other team. So if we're playing, the Rockies, I'm going to write that in here. Now they're going to be the away team because we're the home team. And now this one does have the location. So since we have the location here, we're going to write Coca-Cola Park, which is where the Lehigh Valley Baseball League plays a couple games every year, so we'll use this as a location. And then we have the date here. We'll just write today's date, which is August 2nd, 2023. So now we're all set up here. Here we would put their team. I'll just run through this real quick so you can see it. Okay, so now we're back. We have the other team in here, the Rockies. We have their positions. Again, the numbers are on the left here. The position player, and then the position that player is playing. Here we have a designated hitter hitting for the pitcher spot. We lock that in. Lincoln DHing for Washington, Washington being the pitcher. Okay, so now we have it set up, and the next thing that we would do is prepare ourselves for a baseball game. As I said, in this case, we're the home team. The home team would be in the field first, so you would flip your book, and this is where you would start. You would start on the away side since they are the first team to be playing, or I should say the first team to be hitting. From here, we would start to score the game. We'll get into that in a later video. But for now, again, I'm TJ from the Valley Boys. Bang.